A man's life cut short at the young age of 25. This man's name, Mark Brockett. Mr. Brockett to me was much more than just a volleyball coach. He was, in my eyes, the greatest inspiration I have ever met. Although I only got the privilege of being coached by Mark over the summer, he was still able to make an impact on my life that has made me into the strong, driven person I am today. My first time meeting Mr. Brockett, I walked into the gym, seeing an intimidating, muscular man standing with his arms crossed. Now, as a freshman, I was scared that this man was going to work me to death. After our first meeting, I realized Mr. Brockett was never going to give up on the team. After the huddle, we all brought our hands in, and he said, on the count of 3, yell, "Keep going." Little did I know these 2 words were going to be the base of my inspiration for the rest of my life. My first game, I stand on the service line, sweat uncontrollably dripping down my face, heart pounding out of my chest. I take focus off my objective to look at the scoreboard. 24-23. We need 1 point. The other team calls a timeout. I look pale, feel dizzy. I think to myself, keep going, and I feel relaxed. I'm able to focus on my goal. I had the privilege of being personally trained and mentored by Coach Mark Brockett. Coach Brockett was one of the best motivators I have ever met, and he possessed every quality that makes a phenomenal leader. Since meeting him, his phrase "keep going" has been an inspiration to myself as well as the rest of the team. Keep going is not just a phrase, it's a way of life, one that represents togetherness, love, and hope in just 2 short words. If you don't succeed, get back up and keep going. As long as you know in your heart you did all that you could possibly do and you left it all out there, you can bounce back and accomplish anything. I took Mr. Brockett's words to heart and used them to get through all the tough times that I faced in life, regardless of the situation. When you're losing in a game, keep going. When you lose someone close, keep going. When life is looking down, keep going. Personally, keep going means the world to me. My mother was diagnosed with breast cancer about a year ago, which was a shock to myself and my entire family. Even after surgery and radiation, she never once stopped fighting. With the help of my brothers and friends to support me, it was easier for my mother and myself to keep going and not let anything drastically change our lives. Coach Brockett taught me to be a team player, and as a result, I've switched positions multiple times when the team needed me to do so. Every switch requires a lot of learning and adapting to various obstacles thrown at me. Although I only knew Mark from summer, he is the reason for sculpting me into a leader that I then became the first captain as a sophomore on the varsity team. I was able to use the skills that he taught me to inspire my team. Mark was not only a volleyball coach, but he also was an amazing teacher. This man was one of the hardest working teachers. He would make sure every single student would pass his class, by providing tutors, extra office hours, and doing whatever he possibly could to push his students to succeed in the classroom, says my brother Kevin Leadley. Mark Brockett was a coach, teacher, friend, but most importantly, an inspiration. Mark's 1 summer of coaching me has impacted my entire life to not only push myself, but push, inspire, and make an impact on every single person I ever meet. Although Mark Brockett's life was cut short, his memory will live on. Keep going will live in my heart forever, as well as many.